Hey, my name is PolishLynx, and welcome to another episode of this irae. Alright, Kasumi, almost like father, priest was so nice. Well, Kasumi was filling my ears with that nonsense during our way back to the apartment, and wouldn't stop even after we had arrived. Alright, so safely returned. Kasumi envying others, and even calling someone a father. Didn't you hear that every day? She was her own father. As for me, I didn't have parents. So we kinda had this unspoken agreement not to bring the topic up. I found myself at loss for words. It felt a bit odd seeing Kasumi smile as if she was talking about herself. Or maybe I was the jerk for being this perplexed by it. Despite having no blood relation whatsoever, Himura, sister Lisa, and father Triva seemed like a genuine family, which was a wonderful thing. All things considered, no wonder Kasumi admired them. Now that I think about it, 3 people and... well... no parents over here. No parents at all for... well, real parents, right? Blood related for Raya Himura. And over here, Kasumi, our Kasumi, not having father, huh? I was the weird one here. I was too about thinking about that, I guess. After assuring her that I was just fine, I began to change my mind. This definitely didn't come up all that often, but if Kasumi wanted to discuss the topic, there was really no reason for me to object. After all, just like I told Father Trifa, I didn't feel a thing for my parents. What? Seriously? Yeah, I had no parents, no relatives either. I was taken in by a friend of my dad, Kasumi's father, and so I'd been freeloading of the Ayase family ever since. In that sense, Kasumi and I were more like brother and his older sister than childhood friends. She insisted it was the other way around, but after some serious consideration I concluded I didn't need an older sister like that. Besides, my birthday came before hers. Then why would you say that? As for financial troubles, I'd been told that I had nothing to worry about thanks to my family's inheritance. With the exception of the minimum amount of our living expenses, I could more or less use it as I saw fit. I was grateful to her family. Kasumi included, of course. Why would he do that? Because, you know, marriage here. You are so dumb, Bren. She knows, and you don't. I also know. Smiling, Kasumi drew her face close to mine, contrary to what I was expecting her to say for. Spot on! Jackpot! Boom! She dropped that bomb so hard I could almost literally hear it. Wait. What? Yeah, he thought he was adopted actually, and that he wanted to know if he can marry you. What was with that ungodly wicked smile? Common knowledge for men? I guess?
そういう漫画とか結構あるだろ?
Now that's a reliable source of information.
ねえ、あんまり漫画読まないじゃん。
Kasumi began to sign love to me like a slug. It was more of putting than scary, honestly.
私たち、実は言い名付けだったのよ。
Not yet, but will. No worries.
ねえ。ねえねえ。
I gave her a card job on instinct.
言ったよね、あた。いきなり何してくれんのよ。
不気味な動きで近寄ってこないでくれ、知女。
知女
Shriant, a woman who sexually harasses a man. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I mean, I got the idea that might be something about that, but... You know.
地上の愛と平和を守るため。
お前頭大丈夫か?
That's totally not I thought what it would be.
ああ、うさい。おでこ触るな。熱なんかない。っていうかあれでしょ。あんた照れてるからいつもそんなことばっか言うんでしょ。ガキ。
ロボトミー手術を受けてくれ、バカスミ。
ちょっと、それ子供の時に禁句してしたあだ名じゃない。この練炭。練炭。
萌えキャラみたいに呼ぶな。
練炭はどうしてそんなに素直じゃないかな。
君はどうしてそんなにおまぬけなんだ?
One stupid exchange after another, pointless conversation after pointless conversation, a worthless daily existence, cheap like garbage. And isn't it awesome? I mean, have pointless conversations? I mean, I had such a situation in the past. Wasted it, but well, I live on. Never mind. Let's not dig in the past. A series of ever unchanging mundane events, the kind you'd have a hard time even remembering the next day. Why did I never reflect upon that day, that instant, more deeply? I was careless, and take it seriously. I thought that I understood. That nothing lasted forever, that something being finite meant that its end could come at any time. That irreplaceable precious garbage of a daily life Ren Fuji wished to protect to the point of parting ways with his best friend not happening, came to an end that night. Another nightmare, right? Now then, let the curtains rise on tonight's grand genial. At first I couldn't understand what was going on.
Huh?
What happened to me? Well, I was in my room just a few months ago, so why was I suddenly alone in a place like this? Oh, I glanced around my surroundings, the chaos in my mind never once subsiding. I was outside, no question about that. Was this some kind of prank? I didn't get so drunk that my memories blacked out, did I? That couldn't have been the case.
どういうことだ?
How did this happen? I don't know. It wasn't that difficult to recall everything that had happened up until this point. I left the church, went home, took a bath, went to bed. I might have had a chat with Kasumi too, but it probably wasn't anything important knowing her, nothing that would help me here at any rate. The last thing I remember was going to bed. That was the important bit. It meant that this was all a dream, not reality. A dream? But even if I assumed that to be true, there was still something I couldn't quite explain. Why wasn't this Dad's dream? Over the past few days, I'd been having the exact same dream of that twilight shore, that night by the guillotine. True, if I never had that dream ever again, I could count myself lucky, but the sudden change still left me feeling like something was off. The moon loomed high above, showering me with frozen blue light. I was alone, like a dancer in a spotlight. This was strange. This was strange. Something felt off. For I was conscious, I couldn't perceive anything. It was a vague, floating feeling like I was nothing more than an eyeball. That could be attributed to the nature of dreams though. I couldn't control myself properly. Although I could detect a dull pain hammering away at my brain, I still felt out of it to the point of wanting to throw up. I would have been hard-pressed to call it a very comfortable feeling. In other words, this really was yet another dream. The details of it might have changed, but it remained just as unpleasant as before. I began to stagger as I felt a sense of intoxication wash over me. Actually, perhaps it would be better to say I was already walking. I certainly wasn't doing it consciously, and the sensations of my feet pressing against the earth felt incredibly vague. All I had left was my vision and this faint, dull headache and... Was this a heartbeat? It sounded like it was coming from far away, but I could definitely hear someone's heartbeat. It wasn't mine. For some reason, that was all I knew, as well as the fact that it was slowly yet steadily getting closer. A sharp burning pain flared up in my neck. The word pain didn't even begin to describe it. It felt like I was being strangled by a string of molten hot barbed wire, and as the pain grew more dense, so did the heartbeat draw closer and closer. An ever-kissing sound, the sensation of another heartbeat in the back of my head. What the hell was this? I was getting strangled. I couldn't breathe. The pain was only growing more and more intense. Succumbing to strangulation was all too easy. I could feel that thing biting the flesh of my neck. It was trying to twist my neck. It was all too incomprehensible. What did I do to deserve this? Could it be that I was about to become the 8th victim? The upward pain, akin to having my very bones scraped off, made me let out a vile howl of agony. I wasn't bleeding, but I could tell that my neck and torso were held together by nothing but one last bone. Creak, creak. I heard my bones being whittled down, little by little. The other heart beat my skull. I could feel it being activated. I found myself assailed by a feeling of discomfort unlike any I'd ever experienced before. Almost like I was a second skin being shed by another creature while I still lived. What? An ever so brief whisper echoed in my ears. I didn't hear anything. I could make out what it was saying, not a word. I'd already passed my threshold of pain and was being driven into a situation where all I wanted to do was writhe on the ground. I was in no condition to properly make out some ever-audible noise of a voice. As the creaking in my neck grew ever more intense, my vision was abruptly cut off with the grace of a sudden blackout. A sound echoed across the darkness. I found myself firstly enveloped by... Hurry! 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 The sound ringing in my skull began to merge with the noise, gradually transforming into something I could make out as human speech. A familiar requiem I'd heard somewhere before. Tis irae, tis illa solvet saeclum in favilla, teste devit cum sibilla. Quantis tremor est futurus, quando dudex est venturus, tunta stricte discussurus. I'm sure I read it not properly. Tuba mirum spargenus sonum, per sepulchra regionum, coget omnes ante tronum. Mor stupebit et natura, cum resurget creatura, iudiganti responsura. Liber scriptus profetur, in quo totum continetur, unde mundus judecitur, whatever. And boom, iudex ergo concedebit, quid latet aperbit, nil in ultum remanebit, quid sum miser tum dicturus, quem patrum rogaturus, cum vix justus sit securus. I hope that's not some weird magic incantation. I don't know, call for some devil that way here. Rex tremendum majestatis, qui salvando salvas gratis. Or maybe I'll get something in gratis. Salva me fons pietatis. Recordare Jesu pie, quod sum causa truavie, ne me perdas illodie, querens me sidasti, lasus, redemisti crucem passus, tantus labor non sit casus, my god, so much text. Justa iudex ultionis donum fac remissionem diem ratinis, ingemisco tancum reus culpa rubet, vultus meus, supplicanti perse Deus, qui Mariam absolvisti, et latronum exaudisti, mihi quoque spem debristi, preses meae non sunt dignae, sed tu, bonus fats benigne, ne perenni creme rigne. Why am I reading this? Igner inter oves locum praesta, et ab hodis me sequestra, statuens impar dedere dextra, confutatis maledictis, flammis acribus addictis, vocam mecum benedictis, orus suplex et acclinis, cor contritum quasi cinis, gere curam mei finis. My skull was split, my head severed, the string of unintelligible words that poured forth from wind jolted through my mind, robbing it of sanity. To oppose the raging stream of my pain, I let go of the hand known as the axis of reason desperately clinging to me. And thus my head was severed. The world had turned inside out. There was no pain, no nausea. The feeling of intoxication began to fade, as all my senses, sight and hearing included, were completely restored. As everything from the neck up had been replaced, it would only be natural for the previous head's discomfort to vanish as well. A myriad sensation, all strange, sharpened to the limit, and although there was a distinct sense of aloofness and ambiguity in its operation, the head had the body under control. Its movements remained stiff, a sway of the eagle, perhaps, yet Ren Fuji's influence already but an insignificant speck of dust. Hardly even worth viewing as a problem. It would soon grow accustomed to it. It knew him better than anyone, guaranteeing utmost affinity. The two of them were as caduceus, twin one, two sides of the same coin, yin and yang. And how truly romantic. What would men call this, if not the red string of fate itself? The head began to cackle, its body staggering onwards with the unsteady step of a sleepwalker. Where to? That hardly needed to be said. To its prey. The hunter cared not who ended up slaughtered. It could have even been a cat or a dog for all it cared. So long as the prey had blood, life, and was worthy to be cut down, the hunter did not discriminate. All he needed was a victim large enough to be fit for massacre to help satisfy these welling destructive urges. Had there been a zoo nearby, an elephant or a giraffe would have likely sufficed. However, that was not the case, as such it needed to hunt for something else. Something that hardly needed to be explained, it did. Humans! Who's that? A voice came pouring out.
よければ公園の外までご一緒させてもらえませんか？怖くて。
I'm the one being scared right now. Started a woman in her mid-20s turned around. Her gaudy makeup and suit left quite an impression, pointing towards a car in perhaps the nighttime entertainment business. The head continued to speak.
友達とはぐれちゃって。電話したら入り口で待ってるから早く来いって言われました。薄情な奴らですよね。
Wait, do you say female? It produces my all to call myself, to coax, to persuade its preferred target.
ダメですか?
In times like this, presenting a soft, kind, and rhythm expression worked as the most effective cover. The woman made a troubled smile, but ultimately agreed to the head's request. Despite voicing a grumble or two, her voice rang with a hint of relief. She was probably frightened. What an idiot. Just as the head formulated a thought. Not even the assailant themselves could tell or remember which direction it came from. All they saw was the lightning-fast swoop of the blade, its after-image burned into their eyes. The woman was decapitated, her head sent flying into the air. It didn't end there. Her torso was sliced into 5 pieces before the head even hit the ground. She displayed not a shred of resistance. The axe seemed a magic trick of sorts, but one that could never be undone. The woman's body split into pieces, her various parts scattering like falling Jenga blocks. Whoa! The freshly severed head fell on the still spinning hand with a thump, the same, somewhat stiff smile eternally frozen on his lips. It then bounced in the air one more time, before being sliced in two, right down the middle. The woman's face split open, scattering blood and brain as it burst like cheap fireworks. Isn't this the crazy... Is this that crazy guy from Berlin 1945? First episode? A fierce cackle reverberated in the area, piercing the very heavens. Yeah, that's the guy. Definitely. Its spine creaked, perhaps due to joy, dread remix of both. The creeping sensation of a myriad crawling worm shook its jaw, never once stopping. The hunter's face of laughter failed to kiss, and multitude thoughts diffusing throughout its head. Or maybe, you don't think that's the girl that was talking with the priest, right? I feel like into the taste of cheap drugs, a gut-wrenching wave of chaotic psychedelic tension, wonderful beyond description. It felt so good, everything from the head up switched on its own. Whoosh! Whoosh! And whoosh! The word flashed like a strobe light at the neck, breaking the fast twitch. To get a clear idea of what that felt like, one had simply to take a roller coaster a free fall and, well, whatever they call that spinning coffee cup right thing, and put them all together. The thrill of murder, the joy of robbing one life, I don't know how that coffee thing is called, to be honest. The joy of robbing one of life, the intoxication of absolute carnage seeping into the very core of the hunter's being. The lumps and garbage cans within 10 meters had split apart much like the woman, met with its own sheer enthusiasm, the hunter laughed. As such, it wanted. It yearned to play while I alone. Alas, mustn't. It would appear they have caught wind of this. The word shut down with a click. Not like death, like that woman from a moment before, whose very existence was denied and expunged. Like that dream of being beheaded by a guillotine, that exact same sensation. Ah, so this was yet another dream. Sleep, do not awaken, you must not. Wake up. Now then, the paced approach, retreat or advance, make your choice. Hey? Where's my choice? Hello, where's my choice? I don't have that choice. And so after God knows how much time, I finally came to my senses, only to find myself gazing up at the moon. The round, perfectly circular shape of the moon, like a hole bored in the sky. The cold night air sent a shiver down my spine, feeling almost like it came pouring out from the very hole. Where was I? And what was I doing here all by myself? And really no, nor did I remember anything for that matter. All I recalled was falling on my ass, and spacing out like some idiot. Right, I had a dream. I couldn't recall the details, but I knew it was quite the unpleasant, ominous and terrifying, or perhaps enjoyable, dream. At least that was what I felt like. Why had I been staring at the moon this whole time without budging my eyes or my body? How odd of me to fixate on that. It wasn't like I really wanted to look at the moon, but it seemed to attract me precise because I didn't want to see that. The moon was simply a convenient distraction. Almost as if I was unconsciously clinging to it, trying to escape my surroundings. Why was something like that here? I didn't want to think about why this sad wet, sticky liquid on the ground was there. I finally looked down. My gaze fell upon a sea of blood, as well as chunks of meat and excrement that seemed like they were chucked out of a bucket. Remains of a human body lay scattered as far as the eye could see, mutilated beyond recognition. arms severed at the elbow, legs still standing up from the shins down, a torso cut into round slices with its intestines spilling out like spaghetti, and just as I'd feared, the body itself had nothing from the neck up. A woman's head, clipped vertically, floated in the middle of that puddle of blood, facing ground, eyes fixed on me in a glare. White bone, pink entrails, yellow font, red muscles, grey brain, dull eyes, light brown hair, the putrid stench of blood and death lingering about those grisly manes, even emitting steam in the cold night air vaulted my... Wait a second. Light brown hair, I don't like that. Cavities with mercilessly intensity, because Kasumi's hair were, well, light brown basically. What was all this doing here? I felt like a complete fucking idiot for only thinking about this now. I could remember, for only partially, what this body used to look like, the kind of face it made, as well as how she was killed. I vomited with enough force to make me feel like my innards were being turned inside out. The smell of vomit mixed in with the stench of blood, my stomach cramped under the wintry moonlight, no doubt the result of the blood that looked nearly like a veil of crimson mist. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This cold, this head, this stench, these images, they were all...
俺が言ったことなのか違うのかよ
I felt completely shocked. More by the action I took rather than the abrupt voice that prompted me to do it. Just how many meters did I jump back despite being on all fours? Hello? A man I'd never seen before greeted me with a jovial smile. If he was standing where I'd been until a moment ago, it meant that I must have jumped back about 10 meters back.
いい反応してるな、ガキ
The man spoke up in a calm voice, paying no heed to mutilated corpse by his feet. He clearly harbored not a shred of respect for the dead, casually trampling on the woman's sliced face like it was no more than an empty can. Seeing that, a difficult to describe chill rushed through my entire body. The beast's approach. Didn't someone say that moments before I regained consciousness? This was bad, really bad. Nerve cells all throughout my body began to sound their equivalent of an emergency siren, blowing clean away all trivial bafflements that came with seeing a dead body, killing someone, or wondering what I was even doing here in the first place. Before me towered a colossal threat. It would have been simple to identify it as a beast of prey. No, a better way to describe it would be an otherworldly kind of pressure, the dread of some mysterious inhuman abomination. Such an abruptly materialized source of pure wickedness evicted all potential thoughts from my mind. Oops. This guy was not normal. That's not really nice to say about someone, you know. Okay, in this situation, who cares? He was not human.
Yo, なんか言えよガキこっちは気使って猿用の言葉で話してやってるんだぜ口聞けねえってわけでもねえだろうが
You should, you know, start... You know, I know... Don't... A situation like that, I would try, you know... signing, I think that's the word, right? You know, yeah, the signing language, right? No, the language is called something else, but when you use it, you know, signing. So basically you use your hands to speak. Why am I trying to explain this? You probably know that better than me. But maybe he doesn't know, and that way, you know, the man took a step towards me. The emergency alarm in my mind proceeded to keep it up a notch. It was a hunt similar to base instinct. Yeah, it was telling me to run. Otherwise I would be devoured. My body moved unconsciously. I jumped back just as fast as I did earlier. No, even faster than that, with the intention of getting out of here right away. However... That attempt was blocked by a woman standing behind me. This was getting ridiculous. I poured all I had into fleeing this vicious sink or swim situation. Even if there were any obstacles, I had enough force to move down pretty much anything in my path. So why?
ねえ、なんで逃げようとするのかな。
New York. I don't know. Why couldn't I break through this fragile-looking woman? How the hell was she holding me down with arms that should have honestly broken like a frayed twigs the moment I hit her? All she did was place her hand lightly upon my chest, yet that alone rendered me completely paralyzed. I felt an unbelievably heavy pressure, almost like there were over 100 people packed beneath her skin.
ねえベイ、この子面白いわよ。私のナハツエラーに抗おうとしてるみたい。
へえ。
Smirking, the pale man shifted his gaze to look at me, his scoff ridiculing my pointless attempt trying to escape him. I hoped a hopelessly terrifying sense of sheer inhumanity, abnormality to the point of being laughable. These two were just like that. They killed people without any display of humanity, devouring others to escalate themselves to a position transcending mankind.
ザラトゥストラだったかメルクリウスの代わりにしちゃえらく役者不足に見えるがよ。
Who?
どうするマレウス、遊んでみるか。
そうね。鉄は熱いうちに、なんだっけ、この国のことわざだったような気がするけど。
Hot. I'm sure it was hot. My thoughts were reduced to a jumble just by having them near me. I felt like it passed out any second now. I could smell an unnaturally dense mixture of blood, death, and decay. I was this close to losing it. Simply being in the center of their attention was going to crush me if this kept going.
あんたら
Anyway, I had to do something. Even if my body was paralyzed, I needed to at least speak up so I could free myself from their grip.
なんだ俺に一体何の用だ。
すごいねあなた。喋れるんだ。
Okay, I feel offended.
普通の人間なら気絶するくらいのことはしてるつもりなんだけどな。意識があるだけじゃなくて口も聞けるか。これはいよいよたまんないね。私ゾクゾクしてきちゃうよ。
Okay. Leaving my chest, the woman's fingers slipped up to my neck.
あれ、あなたがやったのかな。
She referred to the mutilated corpse of the woman lying scattered on the pavement, asking me if I was responsible.
雑で荒いし綺麗じゃないよね。少なくとも私の知ってるあいつの趣味じゃないようだけど。メルクリウスの生物が何だったのか私たちの誰一人として知らないのよ。だからあれだけじゃ特定できない。あなたあいつの代理なの？
Who's Mercurius?
もしそうなら野郎の生物もこれと似たようなもんなのか。
What the hell were those guys talking about? It all sounded like gibberish to me. Besides,
知らない。俺は
did I really kill someone here? There was a body right in front of me. I retained memories of the moment of her death. But was that really me? I was either trying to flee from reality or not attempting to receive the blame, rather I just...
思えない。殺しなんか
I saw it. I did, but I couldn't say for certain I was the one who did it. When I gave it the answer. Okay. Maniacal laughter poured out of the two like water from a broken faucet. Their sneers like a lump of malice. An aggregation of discord that threatened to drive one mad, to destroy one's sanity just by listening. Its sheer wretchedness made me sick. There was no love of an ordinary human. That much I could attest to with certainty.
そうかそうか、お前違うか。そうだよな。あ、そうだろうとも。面白い。
The man walked right up to me, his shoulders still trembling from laughter. His eye betrayed no sense of laughter, for I got goosebumps all over.
めんどくせえな。体に効くかよ。
His simple kick to the stomach sent me flying like a piece of cardboard. What the hell? The seemingly light kick nearly killed me. I must have broken half my ribs. Again.
よそれでもう一度聞くんだけどよ。
He stomped on my left shoulder right as I attempted to sit up, causing my joints to break with a creaking sound.
生物はなんだ。てめえはどこでメルクリウスのクソとつながってる。
My vision flickered from the plane. I couldn't even scream. By contrast, the man's voice remained endlessly frivolous.
おいおい頼むぜ。サクサク行こうや。実際拷問は得意じゃねえんだ。俺が相手してるうちに剥がねえと、お前あっちのバカ女に本格的なの食らわされっつぁ。
ちょっと失礼ね。バカって何よ。いいわよ。じゃあ手伝ってあげないんだから。あなたもたまには繊細な仕事をしてみるのね。頭さえ残ってれば最悪なんとかなるんだしさ。
だそうだぜ。
It broke, or perhaps it was dislocated. I couldn't move my left arm from the shoulder down. I grabbed the man's ankle with my right hand out of pure reflex. I attempted pouring as much strength into my grip as possible, but he wasn't budging an inch.
おい、触んじゃねえよ、気色悪い。
Seriously, the man lifted me up into the air using only his leg, and converted it into a spin kick without missing a beat. It was enough to send me flying 7 or 8 meters to the fence overlooking the water. This was no laughing matter. He was seriously going to kill me if this kept up. I had to do something to get away.
だったら海にでも飛び込むか。そのざまじゃ溺れちまうだけだろうが、まあ何でも試してみるのはいいことだ。
His tone mocked me, like he had just read my mind. He was rightful. That wouldn't do me any good. Then what else was I to...
あんまりしらける反応するんじゃねえよ。役者こいてんなら大したもんだが、気の長い性分でもないんでな。もったいぶられるとどうでもよくなる。最後だ。てめえの生物は？
What? Ach, an irae, damn it. The man's kick crashed into the iron fence beside me, bending its bars in process. I remained silent, but what else was I gonna do? How was I supposed to reply when I had no answer to give him? Was I going to die here, crushed without rhyme or reason in a situation beyond my comprehension? I didn't want that. No way I was gonna accept an outcome like that. I felt it meaningless to explain and justify myself to an opponent I couldn't reason with. Likewise, I couldn't just run away from him either. Then what was I to do? Words and running wouldn't do me good. So what other methods would help me break through the deadlock of this irrational, unreasonable situation? Well...
残念だな、ガキ。時間。
A color of boredom seeped into the man's tone as he threw a fierce punch my way, almost as if to say that he was done playing torturer. His bloodlust was near palpable. I felt death itself approaching. I could instinctively tell that I would die the moment that first crashed into me. I no longer had any other choice. I saw but there. Maybe I was the one who killed her, or maybe I wasn't. Regardless of the truth, that horrific image had been permanently burned into my retina, refusing to leave. As such, I had but one thing on my mind. That I did not wish to end up that way. A selfish, greedy, and wretched attachment to life. Yeah, that alone stilled my conviction, made it fiercer than anything else. Like hell I'd be killed, like hell I'd be broken here. I had to move, dodge, struggle. If I wanted to live, if I wished to avoid death, I had but one thing to do. Because I was not supposed to die in a place like this. To begin with. Found it in yourself to act? In that case, allow me to give you advice. Out of all the current funks, that man, Bay, is amongst the fiercest. Strongly wish that mortal skill alone shan't defeat him. The man's arm pierced the bench, the iron fence, and even part of the pavement. Throwing it back, he flashed a smile. After rolling away from him to gain some distance, I rose back onto my feet. How shall we proceed, Zarathustra? Shall you acquire my advocate and test its prowess on him? Should retreat or advance? I implore you to bless me with the light of the unforeseen. I felt my head pounding, making me think I was about ready to faint at any moment. My semicircular canals rang from the shock like an explosion that happened right next to me, knocking off my sense of balance. But the force of that punch, as well as the ones before it, were no laughing matter, yet they weren't fast enough to make dodging them completely impossible. So long as I kept myself from freezing in terror, I could manage. Now that things had come to this, that was all I could do. The ivory man of white hair faced me again with a smirk decorating his lips. He would likely kill me in an instant if I tried to make a run for it, which meant that my best chance here was to try and create an opening. I was hurting all over, but this still paled in comparison to my fight with Shiro, and it was hardly impossible. I had to fight, and successfully break through. It was the only way. Very well, then act according to your heart's desire. Should you deem it necessary to determine the difference between your strengths?
なあマレウス、こいつ殺すぞ。文句はねえな。
ダメって言っても聞かないんでしょ。いいわよ別に。あなた昔からそんなだしね。ただ、さっきも言ったけど。
頭は残せか。まあ前処してみろ。
The man approached me with a faint smirk. If he really planned to pick a fight, then victory would go to the one who struck first.
ああ、ちょっと待ちなさいよ。どうせやるなら、もう少しやる気が出るようにしてあげるわ。例えば、あなたさ。
The woman interrupted before I could make my first move, and her words caused my thoughts of taking the deity fly right out the window.
今夜、ついさっきまで教会にいたんだよね。
What?
だよ、そうだっけか？
そうよ。だったら手っ取り早いじゃない。
Wait. What were they saying?
逃げるとかごまかそうとか、そういう気が起きないようにしてあげるから、もっと死に物狂いで頑張ろうよ。あなた、自分が痛いのには鈍そうな感じだし、こういう状況の方が火つくんじゃない？
ああ、なるほど。
In my mind, I begged them to stop smiling like that. The way they smiled, even an idiot could figure out their true intentions. I couldn't help but feel bothered by the way she mentioned my presence at church, almost like she'd heard about it from someone. As opposed to directly saying it herself, but those worries soon become meaningless. I turned pale in an instant. Fear and uneasiness simultaneously sent shivers down my spine. I went there with Kasumi. I went to see Himura. I talked to them. It was fun, good memory, I could still recall it quite well. So, how dare these otherworldly fucks talk about it like it happened on the same planet?
もし逃げたら
That smirking woman's voice was grating to the ears. I had to silence it no matter what it took. I couldn't allow her to say the rest.
あなたの友達、皆殺しにしちゃうからね。
There she said it. Give me a sec. Like 10, maybe 5. Or maybe more. And so those 5 to 10 seconds I think turned into like 20 minutes because my dog decided it's a good idea to wake up at 3 AM and want to go for a walk. So yeah, 20 minutes later, here I am. And the moment she said that, I rushed forward before I could even think. I don't remember what she said, to be honest. Something about the church. Oh, I will massacre your friends. Alright, well that's problematic. I don't like that. My sense of balance still felt off, to the point where I didn't think I could run straight. Despite that, I launched the equivalent of a suicide attack. I was scared beyond words. The thought of what they'd do if I let them go was nigh unbearable. So I dashed towards them, emptying my mind. I let out no roar, no shout, not even a whip. All I did was charge mechanically forward. That was.
まあ待てよ。どうしたおい。急に勇ましくなったじゃねえか。つっても、女相手に切れる男ってのはいただけねえな。度量が知れるぜ。
My swift charge had been halted with little to no effort. He grabbed me by the neck, preventing me from moving forward. I could tell that he needed to squeeze but a little harder to snap it. But I couldn't back down. A chill somewhat different from what I'd experienced earlier rushed up my spine. I gritted my teeth and clenched my fists. My whole body was trembling. This was rage. Fear of the horrible things these psychos would do if I didn't stop them here.
逃げ打とうって気がなくなったんなら追加で俺からも葉っぱくれてやろうじゃねえか。
What do you mean?
もう質疑応答は終了だ。こっから先は口以外で語り合おうぜ。力見せろよ。
Power?
心配すんなよ。手加減してやる。武器は出さねえし片手だけでやってやっから。お前は銃でもナイフでも念力でも呪いでも何でもいいから使ってみろや。
Telekinesis? Spells? Guns? Knives? Where do I get those?
お前が実際何者だろうと要は遊べるかどうかだしよ。暇してたんだ長いこと。待つってのはつれえよな。もうしけた祭りじゃ満足できねえ。だからよ、これ最後のチャンスだ。俺にここまで譲歩させてなえる落ち着きやがったらお前。
He drew me close to him, uttering the following like it was nothing.
この街静から消しちまうぞ。
I felt dizziness taking its hold on me. My throat turned so raspy I had trouble properly breathing. I had no idea why all this was happening or why these insane bastards were here. But there was one thing I did know. This guy was serious. If I made a single mistake in how I acted here, he'd likely make good on his word. And he would probably pull it off too. He would thoroughly, undoubtedly, mercilessly, unsparingly, and heartlessly pulverize, rip, kill, destroy every single thing here, laughing merrily all the while. And mundane everyday life I held so dear was being rapidly painted over by the unknown. I was sure of it. So, as I pray, unlimited. No. So I had to fight. I was not interested in anything that fell outside the boundaries of the known. I had to fight now. Therefore, I had nothing to hesitate over. After crushing my fist into the man's face, I used the recoil to leap backwards. Of course, not forwards, backwards. As a result of forcefully prying myself free from the grip, my neck skin was torn. My arteries seemed to be intact, but all the bleeding left me consterned. On top of that, my fist hurt like absolute hell. That punch shattered the bones in my right hand to bits. It felt like I was punching a block of stone, but...
なんだ今のは。やる気あんのかお前。
Not only was he not blown back, he hadn't even budged at all from where he stood. The unnatural density of his distance hadn't even wavered in the slightest from my attack. But that was exactly why I couldn't leave a man like him to his own devices. I could never ever allow this scumbag to lay hand on Kasumi and Himura.
レイ 分かってると思うけど。
ああ、突っ込んでろマレウス。ご指名は俺だ。
The man blew off his companion with what sounded like a sarcastic chortle, almost like he was toying around with a small fry. His face remained completely free from bruises, even though I hit him hard enough to shatter my own fist. This guy was clearly a monster. His power far eclipsed mine, and I wouldn't have even a snowball chance in hell to defeat him in a straight-up fight. In fact, I began to question if all this constituted a fight to begin with. Even so, I put my dislocated left shoulder back in place and gave my shattered right fist a forceful twist to fix it. I then thrust a nearby piece of wood into my sleepy leg to wake it up. I wouldn't retreat. I'd grown fond of the world around me. That included this entire city, the one with Kasumi, Himuro, Sister Lisa, Father Trifa, and all those guys at school whose names I didn't know. I'd do whatever it took to preserve it. I needed stuff I wasn't familiar with. I wanted nothing to do with the unforeseen and the unpredictable. Unlike Shiro, I hadn't the slightest interest in trying all the options. I didn't mind if my life ended up a boring straight line, which meant that these freaks were in the way. How dare these scumbags invade my story? They need to get the hell out, back to their own genre. In other words, a life ruled by a foreknowledge, such as your. What was that? A thought resembling static jolted through my head for a moment, but I needed to keep it out of my mind. I had to focus on what was right in front of me. Luckily, the woman decided not to interfere. I could only hope she would stay at the sidelines, as turning this confrontation into a 2-on-1 fight was pretty much the last thing I wanted. As for the rest, I had to do whatever it took to get the better of this man. Even if I couldn't beat him head-on, there had to be another way. We were both fighting hand-to-hand, no weapons, but the scale of the violence he wielded outclassed mine to the extent it made me want to laugh. In that sense, that last punch was a failure. With my right fist shattered, screwing up was no longer an option. Allowing my emotions to guide my decisions could very well prove to be fatal. I need to calm down. This wasn't my first life-or-death brawl, anyway. No need to panic. I had to carefully probe his weaknesses, then crush them. Like his eyes, or his joints. For he may have been a monster, as long as he resembled a human in appearance, he had to have vitals. Even if worst came to worst and all my attempts failed, I still needed to keep Kasumi and Himuro safe. I needed to pull myself together. I had things I held dear to the point of fighting Shiro over them. What exactly did I expect to protect if I ended up getting crushed by these assholes?
準備は済んだか?
The ivory demon cracked his knuckles as he leveled his gaze with mine. His glare made me dizzy, but this wasn't the time to be intimidated.
清掃13騎士団黒煙卓第4位ビルヘルム・エーレンブルグカズイクル・ベイだ。名乗れよガキ、戦の作法も知らねえか？
Hate to
言いに行くと知らないな。
I didn't feel like revealing a single piece of information pertaining to my identity.
名前が知りたけ吐かしてみろよ、白髪野郎。面白い。
The man cut through the air as he approached me, laying down the beast-like roar. In the process, he launched his right palm, rather his claw, forward. I twisted my body with enough force to wrench my torso, evading the attack. The slightest grace of his attack was enough to completely tear my clothes at the chest level. Not only that, the lamp behind me was also crushed and snapped in two. His prowess was inhuman. No other way to put it. If I'd taken that thing head-on, he probably would have knocked away my innards with one strike. The man howled with laughter. If he wanted to pulverize me, he could have easily done it, yet he was deliberately avoiding just that, instead enjoying watching me jump back as I put some distance between us. Whether he was underestimating me or just messing around, it proved to be quite convenient. I had to find an opening before he got serious.
こりゃ驚きだ。さっきに続いて2度連続かよ。 ど素人にかわされるほど手抜いたつもりもねえんだけどな。俺がひよったのかお前がやるのか。見たとこ鍛えてるって柄じゃねえが。なるほど。いやいや本当にあのクソ野郎やってくれるぜ。おい、次はもう少し早く行くがよ。
え？
てめえ簡単に死ぬんじゃねえぞ。
Wilhelm slowly assumed an oddly relaxed pose as the words left his lips. None of his movements were elegant enough to be called martial arts. His strikes were just absurdly fast and unnaturally heavy hitting. He moved as pure, undiluted tornado of raw violence, against which techniques learned through effort had no meaning whatsoever. No practice, no training. Even if you killed 100 imaginary enemies, they were still imaginary at the end of the day. Actual combat experience meant everything. Brute force was a display of arrogance particular to those who had been strong from the get-go, as if to say that improvement through dedication remained the privilege of the weak. I knew guys like that very well. This wasn't the first time I scuffled with that sort. Dodging was a death wish waiting to happen. I got a punch that barely missed, gouging out my sternum and heart under my armpit and locked it up. I then used the force of his charge against him and leaned back far enough to break his arm. My speed and timing were perfect. I launched a super counter, the kind I probably wouldn't ever be able to replicate. It was to be a miraculous turnabout, a complete upset I poured my very heart and soul into. However, well, his arm didn't really break, right? Forget broken, his arm hadn't yelled an inch. Our physics might have been similar, yet that bastard remained completely unaffected. Impossible, how did he do that?
取らせてやってこの程度かよ。こりゃ見込み違いだったかな。
I shifted my force right into performing an overhead throw, kicking him right in the crotch. If I felt with his joints, I'd crush him at his most vulnerable spot instead. Not even our difference in physical strength would matter with this attack, right? Instead, my leg was crushed with a crunching sound, sending a wave of chills up my spine. No way, this had to be seriously impossible. What in the hell was this guy's body made of?
どうしたおい。それで終わりか。根性見せろや。
He then immediately followed it up with an uppercut that felt like it was about to move down my whole face. It was powerful enough to blow me away, but it didn't kill me. I felt intense nausea welling up from the impact rattling my brain. It hurt, if you didn't notice, and it hurt like hell. God damn it. Guarding that ended up breaking both my arms. Vomiting blood, I collapsed on the pavement trying to confirm the damage my body had sustained. Both hands, one leg, and my broken ribs had injured my internal organs. Fucking great! It felt almost like a repeat of what happened 2 months ago. I'd just gotten out of the hospital only to get beaten half to death again. But all these similarities meant that I'd experienced these kind of injuries and pain before. I could still stand, I could do this. I was not scared, I think. Wilhelm regarded me with a sneer as I continued to writhe on the ground. Naturally, he had remained completely unscathed. He exuded a demonic aura resembling a heat haze, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of a predator closing in on its prey. He would soon act. True to his word, he only used one hand for his attacks. Despite that, it remained inhumanly fast. And each one of them held lethal power. Defense was not an option. His strikes were merciless whirlwinds of death that tore up my skin and set my blood spraying out after a mere grace. I couldn't keep dodging them forever. His one-hand multi-angle attacks, a demonstration of his enormous superhuman power, seemed to ignore the very laws of physics. And they were gradually getting faster. They sped up with each one I dodged, seemingly testing my limits. I could no longer follow their trajectory with my eyes. As such, intuition remained the only thing I could rely on. the kind of instinct that manifested itself upon the precipice between life and death. But in the end, that too became weaker and weaker. Suddenly Wilhelm's arm stretched to unbelievable lengths. It was several times faster than the fixed, accelerated tempo of punches he'd been going by up to you. It was only by pure luck that I managed to avoid the direct kick. My broken right leg couldn't support its own weight, causing me to fall. As a result, I cheated to death. Looked like Lady Luck hadn't forsaken me just yet, however. The pain I felt when moving with my wrist broken was intense enough to threaten knocking me out. At this rate, they might end up puncturing my legs in the process. The biggest problem I faced, however, was Wilhelm, smirking as he waited for me to stand up. I couldn't find a way to deal with him. That speed of his seemed like it was beginning to surpass the limits of human kinetic vision and reflexes. He was probably only just getting started too. At this rate, I could probably only hope for another one or two miraculous dodges. On top of that, none of my attacks had an effect on him. At the very least, I'd been made keenly aware that physical blows would do no good against him. Then, leaning against a nearby tree, I rose back to my feet. With my legs broken, I'd need to secure a new weapon. I'd resolved myself. Wilhelm's bloodlust exploded. He must have predicted what I was about to do. Yeah, he intended to kill me. As such, I couldn't fight him unless I was able to do the same to him. I used the tree as a shield in order to block a hit from the bastard that would have otherwise blown my head clean off. Taking the brunt of his blow, the tree splintered into several pieces with a crunch. Wilhelm displayed incredible destructive power for sure, but I was counting on exactly that. I instantly picked something suitable as a weapon out of the numerous splinters soaring through the air. In short, I found myself an improvised stake. As I couldn't catch it with my broken hands, I instead used my left leg, the only intact limb I still had. I performed a so-called wheel kick, lining my heel up with the stake to aim for Wilhelm's throat. I drove the stake down with the clear intent to kill. I didn't want to be a murderer, but I'd die otherwise. I had no choice. And so my merciless and unrehearsed acrobatic stunt miraculously succeeded. And yet, all I heard was a mocking scoff. Wilhelm once again took my attack head-on without dodging it. Not only did the stake fail to pierce him, the tip had also been crushed to pieces. I couldn't believe my eyes. Seriously, what kind of body did this guy have? How could it not pierce him at the thinnest part of his... Shit, I had to dodge. My reckless dodge in this critical situation ended up resulting in further damage to my own body. That one might have torn my left Achilles tendon. Several pieces of the shattered stake were piercing through my heel. This had to be some kind of sick joke. Was I going to die after having come this far? I had no idea why, but this guy's tenacity was absurd. I could only speculate that he had no vitals or weak points to begin with. Then just... how? How would I win?
しかし消せねえな。お前本当にそんなもんかよ。そこらの喧嘩自慢に毛が生えた程度の力でどうにかなると思うほど間抜けじゃあるめえ。切れたもん勝ちがまかり通るご都合主義はよ、シュライバーみたいな反則バカ以外には起こせねえんだ。お前にそういう素質はねえよ。それとも神風主義ってやつなのか。相変わらず東洋人は飽きやがんねえな。気合で勝てりゃてめえら戦争に負けてねえよ。
He didn't need to tell me, I knew that painfully well. What I needed now was a physical way to win. Striking ring openings, coming up with plans, or dealing damage through straight up methods wouldn't help me here. I couldn't use violence within the boundaries of common sense to defeat someone who existed outside it. Not to mention how he was toying with me while calmly gouging my battle prowess. Even if I could find some way to beat him, he'd most likely counter it in an instant. But even so, I couldn't just...
気に食わねえな。お前絶望が足りねえ。これから死ぬやつの目をしてねえ。 こんなたわけた国と時代じゃ自分が死ぬって実感も持てねえのか？いや違うな、そうじゃねえ。覚えがあるぜ、そういう命。まるであのクソと同じじゃねえかよ。その全て分かってますってなつら。
Wilhelm grabbed himself, his gaze practically shooting icicles in my direction. Suddenly I felt like that stare of his was robbing me of my body heat. I found my body simultaneously assaulted by a sickening combination of nausea, intoxication, and itchiness. I could neither breathe or blink. Hell, I couldn't even lift a finger. My strength had been drained, as if my life force was being siphoned out. In the blink of an eye, the blood pouring from my wounds began to evaporate.
お前、まさかな。もしかして。
Eh? I felt convinced that it was my fate to die here today. Okay, what's with that guy? In a complete turnabout, Wilhelm sounded a cackle, seemingly amused by something. His shoulders trembled violently as he attempted to hold it in. Yet he ultimately erupted into booming laughter, unable to contain himself. What's that about?
面白えな。
Not even the dark of Wilhelm's sunglasses could hide the fact that his eyes glowed a bright hue of red. A demonic aura powerful enough to manifest as a physical force proceeded to beat down my whole body with the rage of a squall. Right now, my resolve was the only thing keeping my fleeting consciousness intact. Had I been mentally defenseless when I took the stare head-on, it would have been enough to instantly kill me.
面白い面白い面白い面白すぎるぞこの虫けらレッドやら。てめえあのクソ気狂いバカの腐り理論を信じてんのか。笑わせるじゃねえか身の程知らずのカスがよ。いいなあいいぜお前そそるぜ食いてたまんね串刺して引き裂いて引きむしって吊るして晒して吸ってやら。
Right, can someone explain to me what's going on? Except for the fact that he's amazingly excited, like I will never be in my life, probably. His cry was an eruption of undiluted, unmistakable ecstasy. The man before me found himself overjoyed and enraged by something beyond my comprehension.
侮辱だぜ。冗談じゃねえ許せねえ。俺が小僧一匹やれねえなんて舐めてくれるじゃねえか相変わらずよ。だったら試してやろうじゃねえか。ここでこのガキぶち殺せば俺はてめえより上ってことだよなメルクリアス。
The surging wave of murderous impulse and evaporating blood dyed my vision red. Before me stood an honest-to-goodness scumbag, a genuine monster with no constraints to hold him back. In the face of that merciless pressure, I couldn't tell whether my heart was still even beating. I would die. His demonic arm of instant death came swift and sure. It appeared to move in slow motion, yet I could easily tell that a single hit from it would pulverize my skull. So, would I die here as just another victim? Seriously? Was I really going to die right here? Find out in the next episode. Now, tell me, have you ever experienced the sensation of foreknowledge? The prior knowledge of certain thing? A phenomenon that assaults all senses, sixth included? For instance, I've witnessed this scenery before. I've tasted this wine before. I've smelled this aroma before. Okay, we've been through this already. I've heard this song before. I've petted this woman before. I've experienced all these things before. If so, then no bliss will ever bring joy, nor will any threat instill fear. The ability to feel moved by anything the world has to offer is the price paid for one's personal paradise. In that paradise, no one is downtrodden, no one is deprived of a thing. That world's only master is for knowledge, a ceaseless recursion of repeating events. Yet in the grand scheme of things, is that not a denial of the concept of time? In truth, being robbed of anything in such state is but an impossibility. All phenomena around you die, only to be born again, repeated and ad infinitum. You may think of it as water wheel. It continues to spin and spin, forever drawing and spilling water. Once you realize that this same concept constitutes the universal construct of the cosmos and its inhabitants, then what have you to fear? If in your daily existence you do not care for moments that take your breath away. For ascribing validity to foreknowledge is indeed in your very nature. You remain unlike one such as I, who craves desperately, for the unknown. Now, Zarathustra, will you accept the gift I have prepared to grant your wish? Both you and her were born to this world for a similar purpose. For her to meet you, and for you to wield her. Abominable girl, cursed girl, pitiful girl, damned girl. Hate her and love her, protect her and destroy her. She is the world's singularity, a being outside the boundaries of the law. She is dead, yet she is not. She exists outside this world's concepts. Perpetual, eternal, immortal, divine, infinite life beyond death. Ewigkeit. To control the Achnernerbe. To wield it as the executioner's blade that would rip the head of this universe's law. That is Ewigkeit. Listen, doggo. Can you go back to sleep? It's middle of the night. We are not going to, throw stuff around at this hour. The sorcery I weaved and granted to my sworn friend and his followers. But its true successor is none other than you. The very fact that I'm giving her to you is firm proof of that. Indeed, for instance, take a good look at the man attempting to murder you. He too is yet another wielder of Ewigkeit, one of the beast's many fangs, a man who had devoured countless souls to elevate himself above mere mortals. Yet hardly does that man mean he cannot be toppled by you. The Achnernerbe lust for souls. The more they kill, the more they devour, the stronger their wielders become. Yet far be it for me to claim that quantity alone could triumph over quality. Yeah, listen well, Zarathustra. What I'm about to grant you is both the most wretched and most beautiful soul mankind has ever birthed. With her by your side, a mere 1,000 or 2 inferior souls should pose no threat whatsoever. You have my word that when you reach completion, your prowess will rival even that of my own sworn friend. I shall anxiously await the coming of that day. Therefore, allow me to bestow upon you her soul, as well as the words to ignite the flames of sorcery. Well, halt, O time, for two art fair. Verwelle durch du bist, verwelle durch du bist so schön. Within a hollow empty space following a moment that felt like an eternity, where a single second had been extended to last million, my peculiar conversation with the entity finally come to an end. Wilhelm's approaching fist of imminent death had barely moved from where I'd last seen it. Could I dodge it and then launch a counterattack too? If so, then how would I do it? Both my hands and feet had been broken to hell and back. Even if I did try headbutting or biting him, not a good idea. I'd probably just end up hurting myself again. There was no point trying conventional attacks. Simple punches or slashes wouldn't even put a dent in his armor. Then what would I have to do? How would I fight him? With a skill that could break through souls, with an art that could devour them, with a blade that could put an end to eternal recurrence. That was I already know them. And so, Talon began to move once more.
ベイ、お前は何をしている？
The first thing I perceived upon returning to my senses was an intelligent yet slightly irritated sounding voice. Wilhelm stopped right in front of me, his hand frozen in the shape of a bird's of prey's claw. A dark-haired girl stood next to him, holding in place the very same hand that would have decimated my entire face with ease.
何のつもりだ、レオン。てめえはなぜ俺の楽しみを邪魔しやがる。
まずこちらの問いに答えてほしいな、カズイクルベイ注意殿。お前は一体何をしている？
何をしているかだと？見てわからねえか？試してるのさ。ここでくたばるようなボンクラなら用はね
え。なら彼は合格だろう。経緯はどうあれ生き延びた。先の問いにはお前の行動が生産杯芸家の意向を逸脱しているからだと答えよう。さらに言うならこの件は私に一任されている。こちらの指揮には従ってもらいたい。
俺がお前の指揮下にある。
芸家から聞いていないとは言わせないぞ。理解できなかったのならもう一度私から分かりやすく言ってやろうか。
Wilhelm's right wrist made a creaking sound, his flesh, the same body I couldn't even inflict a scratch on, buckling under pressure from the girl's slender hand. I couldn't believe my eyes.
彼に関してお前に生殺与奪の権利などない。これ以上逆らうなら黒煙卓に対する範囲とみなすぞ。お前の名誉は忠誠ではないようだからな。
面白え。範囲ときたか。了解。了解したよ、お嬢ちゃん。黒煙卓ができた時に生まれてもなかったやつに言われちゃおしまいだが、お前が正しい。ああ、正しいと思う。名誉は大事だよな。名誉はよ。だからこのガキのことはもういい。知らん。バラそうが逃がそうが、またぐら開いて乗っかろうが好きなようにするがいいやな。けどよ、お前はなんで俺に触れてる？
何？
It happened so suddenly. Wilhelm struck the puzzle move all his wrath.
てめえは劣等の分際で何をなれなれしく俺の体に触れてやがるって言ってんだよ。
At the same time, that landmine of a hole went off, the girl swept my legs and blew me away with a hit to the shoulders. The impact ravaged my internal organs, stirring up a new wave of nausea, but I was in no mood to complain. The reason was simple, because I would have died had she not done that. The brief moment I'd seen of Wilhelm's overwhelming wrath was enough to make me associated with the very incarnation of death. I pathetically vomited up a mixture of stomach acid and blood, realizing how much of a miracle it was that I even survived. As for them,
やってくれるな。死にたいのか、ベイ。
そりゃこっちのセリフなんだよ。四半世紀も生きてねえチンケな猿が誰にタメ口聞いてやがる。
the tension here was nearing critical levels as the two exchanged glares. What in the world were these people?
殺す気だったのか？
それはてめえが防ぐんだろうが、レオンちゃんよ。事実そうなってるじゃねえか。濡れたか？立ったか？ か発情中か猿同士で乳くり焼いてんだろうがレッド野郎見ててやるから淫乱しろや
殺すか
やってみろや
Anyway, now that their attention was no longer focused on me, I attempted to make a move. But you know. Hair again.
そんな顔しないでよ。別にひどいことなんかしないからさ。ねえ、一つだけ聞きたいことがあるんだけど。あなた、さっき何かしようとしてたでしょ。
はい。
私の目は節穴じゃないんだよね。あっちの筋肉バカ二人と一緒にしてもらっちゃ困るのだよ、美少年くん。あの時止められなかったら、あなたは何をしていたの？何をやろうとしていたの？そしてどうなっていたのかな？ほんと、空気読めない子って嫌だよね。余計な邪魔入れちゃうから、いいとこ見逃しちゃったじゃないの。でもま、それなりに楽しかったよ。だからね。
She then placed her hand on my chest and began rubbing the wounds on my arms, legs, and the entirety of my body, almost like she was caressing them. What in the world was she?
いわゆる応急処置なのだ。
Hey?
面白いものを見せてくれたお礼だね。痛いの消してあげるから、後でちゃんと病院行くのよ。飛んだり跳ねたりしたらダメだからね。で、何よその顔。人が親切心出してるのにさ。
I could hardly tell if she was joking or being serious, but I had nothing to say.
まあいいや。特別に許してあげよう。それから、さっきはごめんなさいね。教会がどうとか冗談だから。っていうか、そんなことできないから。
Hey?
なので。
She poked the irae between my eyebrows, then lowered her voice to a whisper.
今夜はこれで、おしまいにしよう。
And the second she said that, I just controlled my body and collapsed onto the ground.
はい、終了撤収。ほらそこ、いつまでじゃれてんのよ。やめてくれないと、私泣くよ。泣いちゃうよ。私が泣くと大変だよ。だから、仲良くしようよ。
You know, she's on the bad side, but she's like that character that you can't really dislike. I think, in my situation at least, I can dislike her. With faint echoes of her indifferent voice still lingering in my mind, I finally lost consciousness. And, well, this would be actually the good moment to end the episode, so we'll see what happens after his consciousness returns. So for now, hope you enjoyed this, well, longish episode with a few breaks actually, unfortunately needed to be done, and see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye bye.